Hill repeats are done. When you're fat, overweight, it's so much harder. So today, I'm gonna talk about being overweight and being a runner. If you're not any of those things, this may not be the video for you. Guess what? There's no such thing as a runner's body. Becoming a runner happens in the mind. And just because you might not look like a gazelle when you're out there tracking your distance, it doesn't mean you're not a runner. Running is a great way to improve your fitness and build endurance. And boost weight, actually, if that's what you're looking for. There are a few things to be aware of to reduce your risk of injury and get the most out of your workouts. And here's a few of the things that I have found being a heavier runner, starting out, or even coming back after weight gain. These tips I think will help. If you're a beginner runner, your muscles and your tendons and joints are being challenged in a new way that's unfamiliar. It can be hard even coming back from an injury, so you're gonna have to pay attention to this. And the heavier you are, the greater the load it is for your body. That's why it's important to start out slowly and be patient with yourself in order to prevent any signs of overtraining. Since the impact force of running is 2 to 3 times higher than it is walking, it's healthier to start building your endurance through walking first. This is what I did on a number of occasions over my career. You can start off by beginning to run for 15 minutes, about 3 times a week, and then increase the amount and do that for the first 2 to 3 weeks. And depending how strong you feel, you can gradually increase to a combination of walking and jogging and running, like run 1 minute and then walk 1 minute, run 2 minutes, walk 2 minutes, walk 1 minute. You can kind of mix it up with things like that. And when it feels easier, increase to 2 minutes of running or do more repetitions. But don't forget to stretch after your walk or your run. These static stretches should only be done after your exercise. Before your exercise, you can do the dynamic stretching type of thing to kind of loosen up, to kind of get ready and tell your body that you're actually going to start running. Focus on low to medium intensity runs. When you start your fitness training, focus on the easy runs, intensity levels less than about 75%, and moderate intensity runs about 75 to 80% intensity of heart rate. A slow pace reduces the load force and thus the strain on your tendons and muscles and joints. If you can carry on a conversation when you run, you're in the right range. However, you need to pay attention. If you're huffing and puffing and you're having some difficulty with that, but you're still talking, you're probably still running too fast. If you are running to lose weight, this kind of easy running is an effective way to reach your goal because it boosts your metabolism. It uses fat as a fuel. That's why I like using the Maffetone Method. It works extremely well because it kind of keeps you in that, so to speak, fat burning zone, if you want to call it that, but I would say it's just in a good zone to allow your body to use fat as a fuel. Now, running on soft surfaces such as, a trail can really ease the impact on your joints, and the flatter the surface, the better. Now, roots and gravel and ditches make running more challenging when you're starting out because you have to concentrate on keeping your balance and protecting your joints. An even surface allows you to run with more of a relaxed, steady stride. So I would suggest try to keep your steps short and avoid the overextending of your legs. Just try to do baby steps, little baby steps. It's like a shuffle. It works really well. Start with comfortable gear. The right running shoes are important for your comfort and safety. Choose shoes that are good cushioning to absorb shock. Go into a running store and see if they can do a gait analysis to see how you walk, see how you run, and then they can help you pick out a shoe that's going to work well for the type of runs that you want to do, because everyone is different on how they do this. I like using the Ultra Torns. These are great cushion shoes for long runs. I like doing a lot of long running, and so they're fantastic, even for 10Ks. They are fantastic shoes, and I really, really love them. Specifically right now, since I am having a lot of extra weight on my body, they work really well, and it helps with all of my joints. And the other thing I would also suggest is you get some Body Glide. Use that on your nipples so they don't bleed, because if you're wearing not a proper shirt, like a cotton shirt, and you start to sweat, the salt on that comes out, it starts to chafe, and before you know it, now you got bloody nipples, and I tell you, even today. Sometimes I forget. And even wearing my tech shirts, it still is a pain in the butt. Don't overdo it. Gradually increase. The intensity of your workouts should increase slowly and gradually if you are running when you're overweight. Give your body enough time to get used to the strain of the workout. When your body feels good during and after your runs, you can gradually increase the scope of your run. The ideal running schedule to build a solid base is bare minimum 3 times a week for about 30 minutes. And don't try to increase the intensity of your runs until you can run 30 minutes easily. Build muscle with body weight training. Integrate stability exercises to start strengthening your muscles from the beginning. These are the things that I'm starting to do. For example, 1 body weight training workout 2 to 3 times per week. Exercises I do are lunges, low plank, side plank, squats, airplanes, Superman, mountain climbers. These are amazing for my body to help me to continue to run injury-free. So I would create a circuit training routine of about 3 rounds, 5 exercises, 30 seconds per exercise. Just imagine you're going to be building strength effectively in less than 20 minutes. And I've started to see this work for me as time has gone on. Now, don't forget about nutrition tips, specifically when you're overweight. Now, if you're overweight, I would say, look, just go out and run. You don't need to be consuming anything, to be quite honest. The amount that you're going to be putting out is certainly going to be more than somebody who is a lot thinner. So for me, I literally don't eat. I wake up, I get dressed, I have a cup of water, and I go out and I run. Now I know there's a lot of you that are very different in how you do things, and that's okay. You may have a banana in the morning, you may have some oatmeal, maybe you have some fruit, or maybe you have a bobo bar. I don't know, but I tend to go out when there's nothing in my stomach because I just want to get going and I don't want to have to wait for it to digest. You could certainly try that and see how it works for you. Now, if you are running, you want to make sure that you take some water with you. Okay, even in the wintertime, you want to make sure that you are taking electrolytes. You can take these electrolyte tabs, put them in your water. It's amazing. It gives you all of your electrolytes and what your body needs that you're going to be expelling while you're running. You want to make sure that you take that in. Now, if you're only going out for like an hour, do you need to take anything with you? Probably not. You'll probably be okay. But at the same time, in the summer, maybe you do need to, because it is so flippin' hot that maybe you drop 4 pounds of water weight in an hour, right? Your body's working hard in the summer, but your body is also working hard in the wintertime. And a lot of people don't realize they get dehydrated in the winter. I mean, I didn't, but again, if you take a little bit with you, it's perfectly fine. If you don't, you know what? I wouldn't worry too much about it, but just pay attention, because you will be dehydrated after you run because you're working hard. Now, when you finish your run, what do you consume? I normally consume a protein shake. I have about 40 grams of protein in it. I have some oat milk, blend it all up, and it's fantastic. I tend to stay away from a lot of heavy things. If I want, maybe I'll have like half a banana. Maybe I'll have some fruit, maybe a bowl of oatmeal a little bit later on. But again, I tend to just have my smoothie, or I have my protein shake, which works well. While you're out running, you probably don't need to eat anything, because since you're going to be running at a low intensity, your body is literally just using its own fat storage as energy, right? As fuel. It's only when you start getting up and you start burning a lot of carbohydrates, a lot of your glycogen stores start to deplete, you need to make sure that you start to kind of replace those while you run. But when you're out for a training run and you're out there for an hour, 2 hours, maybe 2.5, even 3. I've been out for a 3-hour run and I didn't consume anything other than my electrolytes, because I was running so slow that it was just using what my body had. I didn't need anything. I wasn't putting out that harder intensity. These are just some of the things that I've learned over time. Now, this is important. If your goal is to lose weight by running, you still need to consume enough calories, specifically when you are physically active. So to lose the weight in a healthy way, reduce your daily calorie intake by 300 to 500, but no more than that. My takeaway, no matter whether you want to improve your fitness, lose weight, or both, running overweight is absolutely doable. The important thing is to be patient with yourself, get comfortable gear, and eat a healthy diet. Running at a slow heart rate really does make a difference. You want to keep a lot of the injuries at bay. And that's really the essence of heart rate training, because if you can train your body to burn fat, right, instead of you running faster and burning carbohydrates and trying to find all those sugary things to put in your body, if you could run slow enough, burn your fat storage, lose the weight at the same time of running at the same heart rate on each of your runs, and you start to see yourself getting faster and faster, but your heart rate is steady, guys, that's a win. That's flipping awesome. That's something that you want to strive towards. And I wish I knew these things when I started running, even when I came back from an injury. I've had to learn a lot of this. And learning is something that I love to do. And so I like to share the things that I have done on my channel here. And maybe it's one thing that resonates with you. Maybe it's something that you kind of forgot about. Look, I try to put all these in here. It's like a diary. It exists on here. And look, I'm no coach. I am not a nutritionist. I'm a real estate agent trying to find properties for clients. I'm selling properties. But I enjoy the process of learning a hobby that I can get better at. And at the same time, if I can help others, that just feeds my soul and it makes me so happy. So if you found any of this interesting, if you found it helpful, please give it a like, give it a share. It really does help the video get spread out to more people, and I do appreciate all of you. So question of the day is, how much weight have you lost before you started running? I'd love to know. I lost quite a bit. I lost about close to 100 pounds, and it was a crazy adventure. I'd love to hear your story. Now, if you want to see what happened to me in my running when I was overweight and how I kind of got through all of that, click right here, because I think this could really help you. Like I always say, get out and run. See you on Sunday.